Welcome to 𝐦𝐨𝐤𝐤 TV. In this video we are going to talk about the top 10 scary 2021 predictions. So before starting this video, like this video, and subscribe to 𝐦𝐤𝐤 TV for future updates. Here are the top 10 most terrifying predictions for 2021. Number 10. Zombie apocalypse. Some allege that Nostradamus foretold a zombie apocalypse in 2021, citing the following passage in which the French philosopher is said to have written, "Few young people, half dead to begin with. He will lead the others to shine since he is dead, and enormous horrors will arise at an exalted place. Sad notions will come to injure each one, temporal dignity, the mass to succeed." That doesn't exactly say zombie and apocalypse, does it? The terms half dead and vast evils may conjure up images of zombies, but they could also apply to some politicians. A zombie apocalypse, on the other hand, could be a tremendous calamity, and our country is most likely unprepared for it. That isn't to say the CDC doesn't have any recommendations. The Centers for Disease Control and Prevention, CDC, has a zombie preparedness guide that offers some important information. They propose, for example, keeping an emergency kit in your home. Number 9. Biblical famine. Between 1850 BC and AD 46, famines were an unanticipated, irregular cultural danger that claimed the lives of many in the Promised Land. The Bible is the key source for learning about the ancient Hebrews' nutritional challenges in surviving as a cultural community. Hunger crisis. Unless the UN's World Food Programme, WFP, receives billions of dollars in extra funding, dozens of countries might face catastrophic famines next year, according to the WFP's chairman. The World Food Programme's head, David Beasley, told the Associated Press that the organization needs to fund $5 billion merely to avoid global famine and another $10 billion to feed malnourished children around the world. Otherwise, he predicted, we will have biblical-scale famines in 2021. Number 8. Big one in California. Nobody knows when the next huge earthquake, dubbed the Big One, will strike Southern California. However, recent evidence reveals that it could happen sooner than originally assumed. Experts in disaster preparedness fear that Californians are unprepared for a massive earthquake, particularly in terms of insurance. Because huge earthquakes aren't common, many people don't think about them or fully understand the risks, says Glenn Pomeroy, CEO of the California Earthquake Authority, CEA, the state's largest supplier of household earthquake insurance. Most Californians, according to Pomeroy, live within 30 miles of one of the state's more than 500 active faults, including ones that have recently been discovered. California is the most populous state in the country, with almost 40 million citizens. When it comes to earthquake preparedness, the largest challenge you might face is yourself, says Jason Bauman, communications manager at the Southern California Earthquake Center. Number 7. Cybersecurity. Security concerns surrounding remote work haven't gone away. Companies have adjusted their routines as a result of the COVID-19 outbreak, with staff working from home. Obviously, this is a significant move that has sparked numerous worries about data and information security. Data that was previously only accessible on-site is now accessible from afar. Cybercriminals were aware that businesses would be more exposed, and they knew how to exploit this. During the epidemic, several cybersecurity studies and alerts have noted an upsurge in the amount of scams. Attacks on remote working organizations will continue and likely increase in 2021, necessitating a concerted effort on the part of IT experts to protect data, networks, and systems. Scams related to COVID-19 will continue. The primary concern and villain of 2020 was COVID-19. That is common knowledge. Hackers took advantage of the uncertainties created by the pandemic to launch an assault. They took advantage of people's weakness by using bogus information and websites to entice the most innocent individuals. Cyber attacks with COVID-19 as the main target, according to our team of specialists, will continue to attract more victims in 2021. Cybercriminals will continue to prey on people's anxieties, including the COVID-19 vaccine. False promises of medications and protective materials that don't exist will continue to fool many people. Number 6. Cyborg soldiers. In 1555, Nostradamus, a French philosopher, released a book of prophecies in which he prophesied the French Revolution, Hitler's ascent, and the killing of JFK. Here's what he said will happen in 2021. More than 465 years ago, Nostradamus published his book Les Prophéties, which contained thousands of prophecies for the future, many of which have already come true. The Frenchman was born in December 1503 in Saint-Rémy de Provence, in southern France. He went on to produce a collection of 932 quatrains, 4-line poems, containing thousands of prophecies for humanity's future. Nostradamus' prophecies are supposed to go back to the year 3797, but he has already predicted the rise of Adolf Hitler, the killing of JFK, and the 9/11 attack, among other major historical events, with stunning accuracy. Number 5. Corona will continue. Few would have guessed a pandemic would wreak havoc on our daily lives last January. However, after a hard year, UCSF experts have a better understanding of the road ahead. I believe 70% vaccination is the golden number for herd immunity. Given the possibility of more infectious mutations, some experts have boosted that figure to 80%, but it all relies on how well the new variants spread. Transmission will slow even before we attain herd immunity as more individuals get the vaccination, so we'll see a gradual return to normal in the spring. On a national level, however, returning to pre-COVID normal, with herd immunity may take till the fall. It's possible that global herd immunity won't be achieved until the summer of 2022. Right now, everyone is focused on vaccination availability. How many million doses can we acquire by February? But vaccine acceptability is what worries me. People are still wary of the vaccine due to reports of adverse reactions, politics, and a long history of apprehension among people of color. Number 4. The end of antibiotics. An international panel analyzes what is being done, and what must be done in the long run to reverse the antibiotics situation. There is a ticking time bomb that will harm us all. There will be no escape, whether you are a sub-Saharan subsistence farmer or a New Yorker buying a super smoothie at Whole Foods. What is the danger? An unseen army of super-resistant microorganisms is advancing. Antibiotics, the life-saving treatments that are essential for the world's health and well-being, have become victims of their own success. Because of their overuse and misuse, bacteria and other infectious bugs have developed resistance to them. Many infections are no longer treatable with existing medications. Every year, 700,000 people die from drug-resistant diseases, with scientists predicting that by 2020, that figure will have risen to 10 million. Number 3. Aliens. According to a Harvard professor, an alien landed on Earth in 2017 and more are on the way. Some people don't want to discuss the prospect that there are other civilizations out there, said 𝐦𝐨𝐬𝐿oeb, who heads the university's Department of Astronomy. They think we're remarkable and one of a kind. It is, in my opinion, a prejudice that should be abolished. Number 2. Solar storms. A big solar storm is heading towards Earth and is predicted to have a significant impact on communication systems. On July 3, a massive solar flare was discovered that is rapidly approaching the Earth's atmosphere. The impact of the solar flare will be localized on subsolar point on the sunlit side of Earth, according to the U.S. Space Weather Prediction Center. There's also a chance that HF, high-frequency, radio transmission will be disrupted, depending on the present X-ray flux intensity. According to the most recent forecast, the flare will produce a 1-hour blackout of HF, high-frequency, radio transmission across a large area. The solar flares have been classified as X1 by the Space Weather Prediction Center. According to NASA, the solar storm is approaching Earth at a pace of 1.6 million kilometers per hour and may accelerate even more. The oncoming flares are also predicted to have an influence on satellites in the Earth's upper atmosphere. This will have a direct influence on satellite TV, GPS navigation, and cell phone service. Solar flares may also have an impact on electrical grids. Number 1. Asteroid. Nostradamus, the astrologer, made 6,338 predictions, with 3,797 of them proving to be accurate. This time, he predicted that the asteroid will pass Earth in early 2021. The prophecy of Nostradamus, a well-known French astrologer, has come true. 5 asteroids are approaching Earth and are expected to get very near today, January 6. 3 of these asteroids are minor, according to the Center for Near-Earth Object Studies, CNEOS, but the other 2 nearing Earth are larger than the Eiffel Tower. The smaller planets are predicted to have a lower influence, according to the analysis. Notably, astrologer Nostradamus made a total of 6,338 predictions, with 3,797 of them proving to be right. This time, he predicted that the asteroid will pass Earth in early 2021. What do you think about this video? Do let us know down in the comment section below. If you enjoyed this video and want to hear from us again, be sure to hit that subscribe button before you go.